I just found out that there is a trend apparently where white people are referring to themselves as non-practicing white, or being in the non-practicing whites club. No, as white people, we don't get to choose that. We don't get to give ourselves that label, because if you are white, you are the recipient of privilege, of white privilege. Even if you don't want to, even if you say, no, don't give me that privilege, it is happening every day. You cannot stop that. Saying that you're non-practicing white does not change anything, doesn't do anything. It's just a label. In the same way that just saying you're not racist, that's not an action, right? You need to actively be doing things to fight, yes, fight against the racism that is happening all around you every day and that you probably aren't even seeing. So no, you don't get to be non-practicing white.
Are you a white woman? Okay, so the only reason why I'm making this video is to open up a conversation in the comments. I want you guys to discuss it amongst yourselves, how you feel about the term non-practicing white. I'm not going to share my thoughts on it because I'm not white. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't hit the same as someone who is. A lot of women have sent me messages and said, hey, can you talk about this, or can you make a video about it so that we can open the conversation on what that means. Some people say that it's performative. Some people laugh and think it's funny. I don't know if you can actually practice being white. I do think that there are white people, and then there are people who just happen to be white, right? They lean into their race, whereas in the Black culture, we do lean into our race because our race has been tried so many times to be diminished, right? To be devalued. And so Black culture is what it is because we appreciate it and we appreciate the history. Now, when you think about people that are white, you might not appreciate the history so much because it's rooted in racism and slavery. So I'm just leaving this up here so you guys can talk amongst yourselves. And tell me what it means when you see non-practicing white or white non-practicing in the comments. And maybe we can talk about it. Okay? Bye, guys.
Hi, amazing people. Hope you're doing fine. Welcome to this beautiful channel. And if it's your first time coming across my video, my name is Milka. So today I'll be talking about a very interesting topic whereby the white Americans are referring themselves as non-practicing white. Does it mean that they are waking up, they are ready to practice equality and show justice to other people? Does it mean that they have come to understand what they were doing to other people from different race is not good and ready to change? So this is what we shall be talking about in this video. You are going to hear some clips, people saying that they are wondering why they are calling themselves non-white, non-practicing white, and yet they are the top racist people in America. They are discriminating other people, oppressing other people in order to remain in their comfort zone. I really don't understand what you think about this. Do you think that this thing of saying that they are non-practicing white is going to help people maybe change the whole story, get to learn what they have about, or they know about something, and it's literally the opposite, and be ready to practice equality among other people, despite you coming from different race, despite you being black or brown? Does it really mean that they are getting to understand some of the white superiority that have been put in themselves that they don't deserve, and they should treat others equally? Equality should always be prioritized. What do you think in the comment section? Do you think that they have come, or they are creating awareness of leaving the negative things that they have been doing to other people and prioritizing? Because I'm thinking that them being white has a very good, or they are getting priorities, of which definitely yes, because you find out some things white people are able to access and they are able to receive because of them being white. But when you find a black person in the middle, they get not to get the priorities the white people get. What really do you think about this issue in the comment section? I've researched some clips, people talking about this issue. Some are literally wondering why they are calling themselves non-practicing white. Some are even thinking that does it mean you can all of a sudden rename yourself, or all of a sudden leave the white, stop being called a white person? Because it means like it's an easy thing to kind of live the white, you being a white, not to always feel like you earn everything, always feel like you are ready to receive a lot of priorities, a lot of favors because of your skin color, and feel like black people don't deserve some rights. I really don't think what to think about this in the comment section. So I'm going to let you watch these clips. They are literally not many, or they don't last for long minutes. You're going to hear what they think about all this issue, and I'd like also to know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think them say that they are not practicing white is ironical, or they literally mean it? They are ready to change some actions that they have been doing and portraying some characters which are oppressing other people? You can just tell me what you think in the comment section. And before we watch the clips, I'll kindly urge you, if you've liked the video, kindly consider giving it a thumbs up, and you can support my channel by just subscribing. I've come to realize a lot of you guys watch my videos but don't consider subscribing. It's my humble request to just subscribe to my channel. Let's watch the clips and then I'll come back with more commentary.
What is a non-practicing white? A non-practicing white is someone who understands that whiteness is a construct. It was created in the early 1900s. The Irish and the Italians came over to the United States, and they weren't considered white. They were considered immigrants. And those whites that were already settlers here treated them extremely poorly. In order to solidify power, they created the construct of whiteness and created a sense of us and them. Color of one's skin being the differentiating factor that kept power in place. And so when someone says that they're a non-practicing white, it means that they understand the power structure and they choose to work against it. Whiteness is a caste system. It is a metric that measures power by the color of your skin. So if you choose not to lean into the privilege of whiteness, lean into the fact that you will be treated differently because of the color of your skin or because of how you choose to conduct your life. For example, Candace Owens, she has proximity to whiteness and she leans into that proximity to whiteness. Is she a black woman? Absolutely. But she uses up the privileges of whiteness, of the proximity of whiteness. And I understand the proximity of whiteness, being someone who was brought up by two white women as a Haitian adoptee. Another great example is Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who was a white woman, but she never leaned into the privileges of whiteness. She was able to identify the micro and macro aggressions put against black people and non-white people in general. A non-practicing white is a white identifying person who does not lean into their whiteness. They do not weaponize it. They do not utilize it for privileges. They understand that their privileges are inherent and given, and they use the power that they have because of their whiteness to better the world.
This might be a cancelable opinion, but it kind of makes my blood boil when I see people comment as a non-practicing white under some of the videos that come on my For You page. And I just don't think you guys get it. You can't be a non-practicing white person when you are benefiting from a system that was designed to cater to you. You are not experiencing the level of grief and fear and anxiety that communities of color are experiencing now and have historically experienced. I get it that you don't align with, like, you know, the colonizer mindset and a lot of what MAGA is doing, but you don't get to, you know, it just seems a little tone deaf to me. I think if anything, as a white privileged person, you should be saying, I am white and privileged, and this is why I'm going to use my voice to speak up for what's wrong. And I know that a lot of you guys are doing that, but I don't think you get to label yourselves as a non-practicing white. Or maybe you can. You can do whatever you want. That's just my opinion. Yeah.
Now, friend, you ate down with this. Because what is at the core of this conversation about white people saying they're non-practicing whites, which isn't a thing, by the way, is individualism, a tenet of white supremacy. I highly recommend that you all read this book. And if you like, we can talk about it in our anti-racism book club. I digress. One of the comforts that white people always land on is individualism. Not just being able to separate yourself from the group, but being taken seriously when you separate yourself from the group is indeed a privilege that whiteness provides you. You see the circular logic? As white people claiming you're non-practicing white, you're flexing your whiteness. Because as a black person, I don't get to be non-practicing any goddamn thing. If I interview for a job at a white business, the person interviewing me has negative beliefs about black people. We're liars and thieves, shiftless. When I shake that person's hand and I say my name and follow it up with I'm a non-practicing black person, do you think suddenly all this person's preconceived notions about black people evaporate? Or do you think they're going to look at me crazy and still not give me the job? What y'all are saying is I'm white and I don't want to be judged by the color of my skin. Imagine that. Shit, me too. It's so ironic because the actual answer is right in front of you. Change the way you are perceived as white people. Stop being hateful. Teach other white people how to stop being hateful. But it's easier for you to individualize yourself and see what those white people are doing over there and say, I don't like what they doing, so I'm gonna leave. Which now actually makes a lot more sense to me, because y'all love telling niggas to go back where they came from. If you don't like it here, just leave. That tracks, actually. Anyway, y'all tell me what you think.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you've gotten to hear what people are thinking when the whites say that they are non-practicing white. Sometimes for me, I think that our history doesn't vanish just because we disagree with it. Whiteness was created during the colonial times to separate the white people from the black communities or from people from different other races, and they are able to receive some priorities. There are some supremacists, and you just feel that they are different from other people, and it has come to affect some in the current world, whereby they treat others, or they are practicing inequality just because they are white people. They are being racist just because they are right, and you find out someone has done nothing wrong and they are becoming racist to these people. Or you find out that in some institutions are not hiring the black people just because they're not white, and you're left wondering when someone say I am a non-practicing white and yet these actions are still ongoing. For me, I think when you claim something, just try to portray it, or when you claim something, just try to create awareness to your colleagues at work, to your friends, to your siblings, because once you see it on tables whereby racism is being prioritized, inequality is being prioritized, while hiring people for jobs, you are not hiring the black people because they come from a different race. I feel there's nothing different between you and the person who is practicing all these actions. I feel you're all the same. You're supposed to try to create awareness. You're supposed to try to correct your colleagues. You're supposed to try and show some actions which reflect your words, or which align with your words or your thinking. That for me, that's what I think about all this issue. Like, you're not supposed to be claiming something and yet you're not practicing it. Like, sometimes you find out that you're supposed to kind of study this history, challenge it, and get to understand what it really means, like why white are being prioritized, and why are they not prioritizing, or why are they not practicing equality, or they are not showing justice, and be ready to kind of change and be ready to create awareness. Sometimes it's a result of you not ready to leave your comfort zone. You're not ready to accept change. You're not ready to be accountable of your actions, because sometimes you are not ready to leave your comfort zone. You are just oppressing somebody, or you are just kind of discriminating other people in order to remain in your comfort zone, in order to not struggle. And I really don't understand why should you do such a thing to somebody and they have done nothing wrong. During job hirings, you both have the same qualification, or even the other person meets the qualification and the white person doesn't meet the qualification, but you end up hiring the white person and leaving the black people behind. I'm not literally talking this at a point that I am kinda talking, or I am saying all this because of the black people. No, it's just something logical and just to create awareness to other people, not always to just remain in your comfort zone. I've done some clips of white people ready to take accountability. You can just go and watch them. And another one is that whites are afraid of being minorities. You can go and hear what people are thinking about this issue, because I think they are kind of related in a way. You can get to understand more if they are ready to take accountability, even though you're not the person who did something, even though it's something that was done by your ancestors and you feel it was literally wrong. I guess you can just correct and change it. That won't me for me. That's what I think about all this issue. You can just tell me in the comment section. Do you really think the same I'm thinking? Like, once you say something, just mean it. Let your action align with the words. Let your actions align with your thoughts. And let's treat other people the same way we like to be treated. And sometimes these white people, one day they're gonna face the racism, or they're gonna face some challenges the black people face in their hands. They are going to understand it isn't easy, or it literally hurts someone's emotions. It's literally offended of it uses to offend someone, and in the name of you are not in your country, or in the name of you fearing, you can't do nothing. So I guess they'll get to understand better what we mean by saying practice equality and stop being racist. I really don't know what to think in the comment section. You can just tell me. Express it. It's just free. It's my pleasure reading all your comments. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. It was amazing doing this episode, and I hope you also enjoy it. So you can just consider giving it a thumbs up if you liked it. And I've come to realize lots of you guys don't subscribe to my channel. You just watch my videos without subscribing. It's just a humble request. You can just consider subscribing. Thank you so much. Let's meet on the next episode. Bye.